what you think it is. I promise you. And you get $250 a month. What the fuck? That is pennies. That is the gas money it is taking me to drop them off at their father's house and pick them back up. I can't handle men anymore.
After filing for divorce, everything was going well as she planned until she saw the child support amount. That was the moment she crashed out.
Okay, this is a crash out post. I'm currently crashing out. Sorry in advance. Women, do not get married and have kids unless you plan on and are capable of becoming a single mom. Because 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, I don't know, statistically high, that's probably what's going to happen to you. Now, I love being a mom. I really do. And in fact, I quite enjoy most of the time being a single mom. This shit is not fair. The world is not set up for single moms. You will struggle. I don't care what job you have. I don't care how much you get paid. Especially in this economy right now, okay? The world is not set up for single mothers. It will be fucking hard. It will test you in ways that you didn't know that you could even be tested. You will have to fight for those kids. Most likely. You will have to fight for those kids. You will have to wake up every morning and question, just real talk, if motherhood is really something that you want anymore, because these men make it so hard. Oh, they make it so hard. And you get $250 a month. What the fuck? That is pennies. That is the gas money it is taking me to drop them off at their father's house and pick them back up. $250 a month. And my ex is a nurse. $250 a month. I'm sorry. Oh, I don't even know if I'm going to post this. These men will take everything from you. They will promise you so much. They will promise you so much. And it will feel great at first. It will feel peaceful at first. And for some fucking reason, when you have their child, they will abandon you. They will discard you. Even if they don't cheat, even if they don't do anything significant, they'll emotionally turn away from you to the point where you leave. I left. I can't be in that. It is not what we were promised. It is not what you think it is. I promise you.
I'll be honest, this video is tough to watch. To me, it's a clear example of someone who doesn't fully understand what marriage truly is and what it comes with. That lack of understanding seems to be the reason she felt the need to walk away over what appeared to be something that could have been solved. She even admitted that he didn't cheat or do anything of that nature, yet still believed it was the right moment to end the relationship. And now, ironically, she became part of the very statistic she was talking about earlier.
I promise you. And before you come on here and say, oh, well, my situation's not like that, good for you, honey. You are in the 1% of women that are very lucky, because the rest of us don't have that. And the rest of us become single moms. And it sucks, because all I wanted was to be a mom. I love being a mom. But the best parts of my motherhood were taken from me. And in fact, the first time I got pregnant, the man said he couldn't have kids, and then fought me in court for 5 years. Fought me in court for 5 years to take away my son that he claimed in the beginning he wasn't even capable of producing. Because he didn't want to wrap it up at first. Yeah. Yep. I can't handle it. I can't handle this. I can't handle men anymore.
I raised a stepson. I also took a second job when my next son was born so my wife could be home with him. I also had a girl. Everything I do is for my wife and kids. Just choose a partner with extreme caution. You should have listened to Shara 7. That's why men do not like her, because she talks truth. Disney needs to be sued. They sold all little girls' huge lie. Thank you for sharing your raw thoughts, babe. 4B. Women are waking up. Seek community, not men.
I had to put my boots on the ground and become a single mom at 21 years old. I didn't get to live. I didn't get to live. I didn't. My life is not what I wanted it to be. Not even close. But I love being a mom. I'm holding space for two things at one time. Just don't date men. We are at a point in society where we are waking up to the reality of the patriarchy, which is a very real thing that I didn't used to believe in, and I fucking do now.
What exactly is she talking about now? First, she said her life isn't where she wanted it to be, and then she pointed a finger at the patriarchy. But what does that have to do with the fact that she chose to leave her husband and is now a single mother? The moment she mentioned that her life didn't turn out the way she had envisioned, it became pretty clear that she might have been chasing a fairy tale version of love, like the ones she saw in Disney movies, and that right there explains a lot about why things didn't work out. It's obvious she didn't fully grasp that marriage takes real effort, compromise, and understanding from both sides.
To what men are really like. I will never see the change in men that I need to see to feel safe enough to ever date again in my entire life. It will take too long. The change that we need to see in men will take too long. It's 100, 200 years from now. So that's my life. So just don't date men. Just don't. Just focus on yourself. And don't have kids with the wrong person. And I don't know how to tell you what man is the right man because I thought they both were. I thought they both were the right man, and they were not.
I decided to comment on this video because, honestly, I'm genuinely confused and would really like to hear your thoughts on it.
Women, do not get married and have kids unless you plan on and are capable of becoming a single mom. Because 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, I don't know, statistically high, that's probably what's going to happen to you.
That's her advice to women, basically saying they shouldn't get married or have kids unless they're prepared to raise them alone, because according to her, there's a high chance they will end up in her position eventually. She warns others, but here's what I don't get. Who exactly made her a single mother? Because from what we know, she put herself in that situation. She was the one who decided to build a family with those guys, and she also decided to leave them. So what was she really warning women about? Was she actually warning them about themselves?
I left! I can't be in that! It is not what we were promised. It is not what you think it is. I promise you.
So she left her husband because according to her, the life they were living wasn't what she had been promised. But what does that even mean? Who made the promise and to whom? From what she said, it becomes clear what happened. She felt deceived and decided to walk away. It sounds like she had certain expectations, which was most likely shaped by fairy tales, and when her reality didn't match that fantasy, she concluded her husband wasn't the right person. She took those Disney movies a little too seriously, and when the life he offered didn't resemble the ones those princesses enjoyed, she saw it as a broken promise. It was interesting that so many women in the comment section thanked her for sharing her experience. Some admitted they were unsure about having children, but said her video gave them the clarity they needed to decide against it. The sad part is that they are basing such a significant decision on someone else's regret. Regret that may have stemmed more from her own choices than from the concept of motherhood or marriage itself. If she had chosen a partner who truly aligned with her values and expectation, or if she was more realistic, her entire perspective might have been different.
I thought they both were the right man, and they were not.
When it comes to having children with the right person, what she just said contradicts her previous statement.
And in fact, the first time I got pregnant, the man said he couldn't have kids, and then fought me in court for 5 years. Fought me in court for 5 years to take away my son that he claimed in the beginning he wasn't even capable of producing. Because he didn't want to wrap it up at first. Yeah.
She knew he didn't want to have children, yet she still chose to go ahead with it anyway. What I don't understand is what made her think that he was the right one when he clearly had no interest in building a family with her.
Y'all, make no mistake, it is not just the younger generation that's not putting up with men. It's the older generation too, because I'm a notary. I do not know how many affidavits I've signed for women leaving their husbands. Specifically, women leaving their husbands. I have never signed an affidavit. My book is almost full. Haven't even had it for a full year. My book is almost full for notary of women leaving their husbands. I have never once signed for a man leaving his wife. One has not appeared to me. I have signed for hundreds of people. Y'all, women are not putting up with y'all anymore. I love it.
So based on her work, she's been able to see just how serious the situation actually is. And as she pointed out, it's affecting women across all age groups. Sometimes we assume this kind of thing only exists on social media, but she confirmed that it's happening on a much larger scale in real life. What I don't quite understand is the conclusion she drew from it. According to her, the takeaway is simply that women are no longer putting up with men, but it has nothing to do with it. What we're actually seeing is the side effect of unrealistic expectations. Social media and dating apps have played a huge role in shaping those expectations. What she might not realize is that a large percentage of them are walking away from their marriages because they've bought into the idea that the grass is greener on the other side. They're hoping to find someone better, only to enter the dating world and be met with a completely different and harsher reality.
This message is just for the ladies. If you're a guy, just keep scrolling. Do not get married. Do not. If you want partnership, that's fine. If you want to be in a commitment, that is fine. If you want to have children, that's fantastic. Do not get married. It's a trap. All of it's a trap. It is byproduct of a little boy who never had to work for his mother's affection, and therefore he grows up believing that he is deserving of everything that you try to give him in order to get a little bit of that validation back that he gave you in the beginning of the courting phase or the dating phase. Yeah, it never lasts. Do not get married. If you want a diamond ring, ladies, go and buy one for yourself.
Nope. This is absolutely the rhetoric that will destroy you, destroy family, destroy community, destroy lineage, destroy legacy.
I'm not sure who she thought she was helping, but that message doesn't do women any favors. She's essentially advising them to commit or even have children, but not to get married. I really tried to understand where she was coming from, but the more I thought about it, the less sense it made. Marriage in most cases actually benefits women in multiple ways. For one, most women tend to marry up financially, so from an economic standpoint, there are clear advantages. Beyond that, marriage offers a certain level of stability and protection that simply isn't there without it. That's why I find it so confusing that she's encouraging women to have children without the security of marriage. It almost feels like she's trying to frame her advice as being in support of women. But in reality, she is doing the opposite.
On the second date, take him to the dealership. What?
And ladies, take him to the dealership, right? Here's a reminder to take him to the dealership on the second date. Take him to the Mercedes-Benz dealership. Let him get you a brand new car. We
On the
are
second
at
date?
dealerships, okay? We're not at the restaurants. We're at the dealership on the second date. Take him to the dealership. Okay. Toodles.
Yes. Take them to the dealership on the second date so they can buy a car for themselves. What the fuck? I can take you to the dealership on the second date, but you must be paying for that car out of your own goddamn pocket because I know it's not coming from mine.
That's a great idea, and I actually agree with it. But here's the kicker. She's going to end up alone in the dealership all the time. Sure, there are still some simps out there in the dating scene. Guys who are willing to go above and beyond just to be liked, but even they have their limits. We know simps might not think twice about spending money just to get a woman's attention, but there's a line, and what she's asking is way beyond it. I can almost guarantee that anyone who approaches dating with that kind of mindset is going to see a lot of second dates getting canceled.